Hi everyone. In this video we are going to discuss the another RNA molecule, that is ribosomal RNA or rRNA. It is associated with protein. It is the RNA associated with protein. It is the largest RNA. It is the largest RNA. So how it is associated with protein and what exactly the structure of this RNA is not clearly understood. So here we do not have any structure to discuss as we did in case of messenger RNA and transfer RNA. Because it is associated with ribosome and protein, so it helps in protein synthesis. It helps in protein synthesis. So this is what we know about ribosomal RNA. Now in this video we are going to discuss some important terms and points related to DNA and RNA. The first term we are going to discuss is the CISTRON. What do you mean by CISTRON? Benger was the scientist who introduced the term CISTRON. What is the meaning of CISTRON? A part of DNA which synthesize a protein. A part of DNA which synthesizes a protein is known as CISTRON. Next term we are going to discuss here is MONOCISTRON. What do you mean by MONOCISTRON? Segment of DNA or one gene that able to synthesize one protein is known as MONOCISTRON. In eukaryotes, genes are monocistronic in nature. The next term we are going to discuss here is polycistron. What do you mean by polycistron? As the name indicate, polycistrons are multiple genes that encodes several proteins. एक जीन एक प्रोटीन सिंथेसाइज करेगी, जैसे कि यूकैरियोट्स में होता है, तो हम उसको मोनोसिस्ट्रॉन्स बोलते हैं. ये पॉलीसिस्ट्रॉन है, तो दैट मीन्स मल्टीपल जीन्स आर प्रेजेंट दैट एनकोड्स सेवरल प्रोटीन्स. Another term we are going to discuss here is the C value. What do you mean by C value? What is this C value is? C value is total DNA content on one set of chromosome. C value is total DNA content on one set of chromosome. That means haploid number of chromosome. And it is represented by N, number of chromosomes. So if cell is haploid, that means it consists of N number of chromosome. So C value is equal to 1C. But if cell is diploid, it is represented by 2N, that is double number of chromosome. So C value also becomes double, that is equal to 2C. It means in diploid cell DNA content also becomes double. So the C value also becomes double, that is equal to 2C. Another term we are going to discuss is the jumping gene. Jumping gene. Or we can call it as mobile DNA. Or mobile gene, rather we can say it mobile gene or mobile DNA. We can call it as mobile gene also. What is the meaning of mobile DNA, mobile gene or jumping gene? As they are able to change their position, as they are able to change their position, so they are known as the jumping gene. There are certain fragments of DNA, they are mobile as they are able to change their position, so they are known as the jumping gene, mobile gene or mobile DNA. Now we talk about some exceptions related to DNA and RNA. As we all know and we also studied in our previous video, normally DNA is double-stranded and RNA is single-stranded. But here are some exceptions where DNA is single-stranded and RNA is double-stranded. So DNA is single-stranded it is present in group 2 viruses. According to Baltimore, this classification was given by Baltimore. So according to Baltimore classification, there is a group which is known as the group 2 viruses in which DNA is single-stranded. These group 2 viruses infect E. coli cell. For example, that is polyphage virus or 5174, in which DNA is found to be single-stranded. Next one is the double-stranded RNA, where double-stranded RNA is present. This is also a case of viruses. For example, reoviruses, in which RNA is double-stranded. So these are the exceptions where DNA is single-stranded and RNA is double-stranded. In both the cases, we find the viruses, that is, according to Baltimore, gave a classification in which group 2 viruses is the class there, which infect E. coli bacteria, and in such viruses, for example, polyphage or polyphage 174, DNA is found there is single-stranded. And in case of RNA, normally it is single-stranded, but in case of, again, the example viruses, that is reoviruses, in which RNA is found to be double-stranded. So this is all about in this video. Thank you so much.